You are now being plunged into the exciting world as a Shark Trust employee. This is our walk to work, and we like to go for a quick stop at the shop to get some snacks and something for lunch. Now if you do a full 180 and turn around, you're going to see Jack, our Fisheries Conservation Officer. Why don't you give him a wave? And then if you come back to the front, you're going to see him again in the Shark Trust office. Why don't you give him another wave? Now Jack works incredibly hard all day, every day, protecting sharks and rays all around the world. And this can become tiring, and sometimes he needs a break. He definitely deserves one. And one of Jack's favourite places to go is to the coast. Here is the Plymouth coastline. It's a short walk from the Shark Trust office, and it's a great place to connect with nature and give you that escape from daily life, which is so important for your own well-being. What we love to do is to take the plunge underwater. So everyone, take a deep breath as we dive beneath the waves and end up in another world. Another world for us, but a home to sharks. You have travelled 3,800 miles across the Atlantic Ocean to North Carolina, on the eastern coast of the United States. You are diving on the Carib Sea Wreck, a 230-foot ship that was sunk during World War II, and over the last 82 years, it has become the home to a host of marine life. If you look around, you're going to start to see more and more of these sharks appear out of the blue. You are surrounded by over 100 of these sharks. Found off the coast of Japan, Australia, South Africa, and here on the east coast of the US, they are known by many names. Sand tiger sharks, grey nurse sharks, or ragged tooth sharks. And you may recognise them as they are one of the most common sharks to have in aquariums. In the wild, they can live up to 15 years, but in captivity, they've been reaching ages of 30. These sand tigers are stocky, muscular sharks, and you can see they have a very muscular tail. With a quick beat of that tail, they can catch fish at speed, but they spend most of their time like how you are seeing them now, swimming at around 2 miles per hour. And they look like they are hovering almost motionlessly. And this is because they have a very special trick. What they like to do is go up to the surface, gulp in a load of air, and this extra air in their body helps them float, and it helps with their buoyancy. But say they wanted to go down deeper, maybe they want to go to the bottom of this wreck and check out some fish. They would have to release this extra gas the same way we would, by releasing a load of bubbles in the form of a massive fart. One of the most interesting things about these sharks happens during their reproduction. Sand tiger sharks have 2 wombs, each full of developing embryos. Now the 2 that hatch first will actually eat their siblings in the womb, and the 2 strongest are the ones that are born and end up cruising the ocean, just like the ones that you're seeing now. Now obviously I have focused on the sharks because we love the sharks, but sharks are just part of this ecosystem, and there are many other elements to a healthy reef, even an artificial reef like this one. There's the corals, sponges, anemones and crabs all over this wreck, and then if you look around, you're going to see lots and lots of fish. The huge groups of fish that you see darting in and around your face are bait fish, and they are made up of lots of smaller species of fish, and they come together for protection. And the reason they're doing this is because there are large predatory fish around too. If you look down the wreck, you're going to start seeing some bubbles. These bubbles are coming from divers. The one at the front is Paul Cox, the CEO of the Shark Trust, and just behind him is Caroline Robertson Brown, the marketing manager. If you'd like to know more about sand tiger sharks and this dive in particular, you can check out the Shark Files episode that focuses on sand tigers, and this will be featured in the description below. Now I'm going to let you look around, taking the scenery before we travel across the globe. You are now being transported to the other side of the world, to New Zealand. We're in amongst the kelp and you are staring at the short-tailed stingray, one of the largest stingrays in the whole world, measuring up to 7 foot across and weighing 350 kilograms. That is the same weight as a truck engine. These beefy pancakes feed on invertebrates and fish buried in the sand. And now you're going to travel to a beautiful reef, and if you look around you're going to see some slinky sharks swimming around, and these are white-tipped reef sharks. They love swimming around the reefs in the day or chilling motionless on the floor, and if you look down in front of you you'll see one gulping water through its mouth and over its gills, so this one can actually breathe while still motionless. And now we are back on the coast of the UK and you are snorkeling with blue shark. These have travelled 6,000 miles across the Atlantic and all the way back to be here, and that means they fall into a group we call the oceanic sharks and rays, one of the most threatened groups of sharks and rays in the world. And now you're going to watch a video on how you can help them.